Hello student, myself Dr. Rakesh Nagar. Today we will discuss and learn about the resuscitation, steps of resuscitation and some basic fundamental of resuscitation and Pran Pratyagaman according to Ayurveda. Everybody know and want to stay in own comfort zone. At that place we have very little pressure to survive, but this comfort zone restrict our growth. If we want to grow and develop, we have to left our so-called comfort zone. And as human being, our first comfort zone was our mother's body, where we stayed approx 9 months long as parasite, actually doing nothing to survive. To growth, all our demand, we are completely depend on our mother. And when we as fetus thought that we are now grown enough to face the real world or challenges of real world, we start our first journey from our mother's body to the real world, that called delivery. The first journey of life. In this journey, most of fetus successfully completed this journey without complication, but some fetus faces complication due to unexpected reasons, maybe related to mother or related to fetus or sometimes related to external factors like trauma and other environmental factors. Most of them are obstruction, compression. These causes further complication like fetal distress. Sometimes complication may occur prior to delivery or during the delivery. Hypoxia in uterus prior to delivery, fetal distress may be prior to delivery or during the delivery. Fetal distress may be prior to delivery or during delivery. Passing of meconium in uterus prior to delivery due to fetal distress. Prolonged labor during delivery or prolonged labor may be due to the disproportion of pelvis or BPH. Maybe CPD. Obstruction of fetus head in the genital tract, compression of fetus head within the genital tract, and maybe aspiration of amniotic fluid. Aspiration of amniotic fluid may further create vulva growth or aspiration pneumonia. Choking of respiratory tract may further causes asphyxia or birth asphyxia. Then we will discuss about need of resuscitation. Is every newborn need resuscitation? No. Every newborn don't need resuscitation. Most of them are normal and cry normal just after birth. If newborn cry normally and active, we don't need resuscitation. We just need normal care. How we assess the need of resuscitation? By evaluating color of skin, by evaluating respiration efforts, by evaluating heart rate of newborn, we assess the need of resuscitation. If there is cyanosis, central cyanosis, baby is not moving limbs or not acting, and baby is not crying or not taking respiration or not breathing, then we need resuscitation. What is the objective of resuscitation? The objective of resuscitation is establishment of respiration, establishment of cardiac function. For life, we need proper cardiac function or blood circulation and exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in our lung, that called respiration. So for life, we need cardiac function and respiratory function normally. How we resuscitate the affected newborn? We will learn how we resuscitate the affected newborn in further slides. Ayurveda concept: maintain body temperature at birth, cleaning of oral cavity, cleaning covering of head. Maintaining body temperature at birth by fireplace in the labor room, or labor room should be constructed in 3 layers room or with ambient temperature. Cleaning of oral cavity of newborn, cleaning of oral cavity to prevention from aspiration or to establish respiration or cleaning of respiratory tract. Cleaning of complete oral cavity including palate, tongue, lips, oropharynx according to Ayurveda, cleaning of talu, ost, kant and jiva. Covering of head according to Ayurveda with oil, soak, pichu or swab, ghee swab to prevent heat loss from the head. And according to modern, we can say covering of head prevent from the heat loss or prevent from the hypothermia. Specific measures for Pranapratyagaman. Charak describes all initial steps to stimulate 3 sense organ like auditory stimulation, temperature, cold temperature receptors or tactile stimulation, and stimulation of these causes respiratory center stimulation in brain and ultimately initiate respiration in the newborn. Now, sound stimulation. Ashmari Sangatnam Karniyor Mule, according to Ayurveda. Method of sound production by rubbing of specific stones near the mastoid process or base of the ear. It may conduct with mantra chanting near the ear or clapping of bronze plate near the ear. This sounds or this specific sounds stimulate the auditory nerve. Auditory nerve stimulation further in stimulate the sensory or generate the sensory impulse. The sensory impulse goes to the brain. Impulse reaches to the respiratory center in the ultimately impulse reaches to the respiratory center in the brain and respiratory center stimulation. Initiation of respiration in the newborn. This is the ultimate effect of sound stimulation. Then tactile stimulation. Tactile stimulation with the शीत तोष शीतोदकेन उष्णोदकेन व मुख परिषेक है. Sprinkle of hot or cold water according to seasonal variation. Other method of tactile stimulation may be oil massage, may be cleaning, may be drying. Also include in the tactile stimulation. What is the effect of tactile stimulation? A tactile stimulation generates the sensory impulse of facial nerve receptor over the face or over the body, or stimulate the sensory impulse over the body if we are using tactile stimulation or rubbing or cleaning the body. Then sensory impulse go to the brain, or ultimately these sensory impulse stimulate the respiratory centers in the brain, and motor impulse generation or these motor impulse initiate the respiration in the newborn. Then photos and stimulation. Prashna Kapalika Shurpen Chanam Abhi Nishpunir Yadu Cheshta means is we, according to Ayurveda, we can use a specific design fan to blow the air at, above the newborn or near the face of newborn. This method have two benefits. By fanning of air, it supplies the fresh air near the newborn to breathe, and black color. Black color prevent the retinal damage. prevent the retinal damage of newborn because newborn have physiological photophobia. If we use bright colors fan or bright colors at the time of birth, newborn retina may damage permanently or it causes handicap lifelong. What is the effect of tactile stimulation? Generation of sensory impulse of optic nerve. Sensory impulse go to the brain. Same. Impulse reaches to the respiratory center in the brain. Respiratory center stimulation and ultimately motor impulse generation and initiation of respiration in newborn. You can feel this photostimulation when in the dark, you sitting in the dark room and uh, just bright light, just your friend just focus the bright light on your face, then your heart rate and respirate accelerate that time. Now coming to the modern concept of resuscitation. How many newborn require resuscitation? Very few. Very few. Only 10% of newborn require some support to start breathing at birth. There is tactile stimulation, rubbing on back or cleaning or flicking on sole. Less than 1% newborn require extensive resuscitation. Only less than 1%, not 1%, less than 1%. What information we need to know before attending the delivery? As a pediatrician, we should know some information. Condition related to mother, whether mother age, mother height, mother weight, mother hypertension status, mother sugar level, or and swelling on feet. Then we know about PI, pregnancy-induced hypertension, condition of eclampsia, condition of cephalopelvic disproportion, according to, by gaining history from the mother. What is the antenatal history? Uh, we can assess eclampsia condition, PIH condition, and by sugar, we can assess the fetus weight, or because infant of diabetic mother always macrosomic. This macrosomia can cause complication at the time of delivery. Then condition related to fetus condition, maybe IUGR, post-term, preterm, other condition, and like hypoxic condition and fetal distress. Then we should know, we should arrange the history of fit by mother, by obstetrician, and maybe by last or USG or antenatal checkup. Duration of second stage of labor in primary, duration of second stage may be 2 hours, 4 hours. In multipara, it may be due to within minutes to half hour. If it prolong, it may cause complication to newborn. Then modern concept of resident, what are the prior preparation? We should use personal protection kit like gloves, cap, gown, etc. Suction equipment, in suction equipment, we should have suction mucus sucker, suction machine with tube, suction catheter, NG feeding tube with 5 number, 6 number, and 8 number, 10 ml syringe, 20 ml syringe. For ventilation equipment, we should have ambu bag, self-inflating ambu bag of 500 ml with 0 number face mask and 1 number face mask. Oxygen should be humidified oxygen. And for intubation equipment, we should have laryngoscope with straight blade, 0 and 1, extra bulb, extra batteries, ET tube 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4 number. NG tube 5 number, 6 number, 8 number. ET tube 2.5, 3, 3.5. Injectables medicine, we should have epinephrine or adrenaline with proper dilution. So injection should avoid carb, and plasma volume expander like ringer lactate, isotonic solution, and sometimes fresh plasma be required. What are the physiological changes occurs at birth? Replacement of fetal lung fluid with air in normal delivery. In normal delivery, fetus comes with from the genital tract with squeezing. In this squeezing, almost 30 to 40% of lung fluid expelled out or comes out from the oral cavity, and this 30 to 40% fluid maintain the air passage in the lungs, or this this physiological space used in the respiration. Initiation of air exchange in lung with this free space, closure of circulatory shunt or atrial septum, and constriction of ductus arteriosus. These closure and contraction to stop mixing of oxygen and carbon dioxide blood, oxygenated and carbon dioxide mixed blood in the atrium. Presentation of a compromised sick child or sick newborn. Sick newborn or compromised child may present with cyanosis, central cyanosis, with bradycardia, with low blood pressure. You can assess low blood pressure by capillary refill time or extended capillary refill time. No respiration or irregular respiration, or no cry, poor muscle tone, or hypotonic. This is Apgar scoring. You can check the Apgar score at the birth with the 5 points, 0 to 10. 8 to 10 normal, 5 to 7 mild asphyxia, 3 to 4 moderate asphyxia, 0 to 2 severe asphyxia. Mild, moderate and severe asphyxia, we need resuscitation. For resuscitation, you have to evaluate the condition, then take decision, then apply action. For evaluation based on prior knowledge of your experience, history of patient, and history of present condition of the newborn. And for decision, this is the crucial part of resuscitation. Within 30 seconds, if baby not started breathing, start resuscitation as per protocol. For resuscitation, you need a skilled person and functioning equipment and medicine. Action as per protocol with calm mind. Not aggressive mind, calm mind. Evaluation of need of resuscitation. Assess fetal distress, whether meconium pass or not. You can know about meconium. If meconium stand amniotic fluid present, then meconium pass in the uterus. Fetal activity or fetal movement. If fetal activity diminished or absent just before delivery, it show the fetal distress. Heart rate or FHS. FHS less than 100 or more than 160 always show fetal distress. Persistent severe bradycardia. When you continue listening the fetal heart sound or fetal heart rate, then there is bradycardia more than 5 minutes. it shows fetal distress. Then come for place of resuscitation. Place of resuscitation should be attached with the labor room, not too much distance. Uh, the table or flat surface can be used for the resuscitation. Flat surface should be pre-warm to prevent hypothermia. Then steps of resuscitation TABC: temperature, prevent heat loss; airway, patency of airway; breathing, initiation of breathing; circulation, maintain circulation. In most of the cases, the airway, patency, breathing initiation, or maintaining circulation, we don't require, because more than 90% 90% newborn are healthy and term, and are they cried just after birth or start its spontaneous breathing. In those we don't need any resuscitation. We just need normal care, like cleaning and covering. Then step for temperature control need to why we need to temperature control, because the temperature is the main part of the resuscitation. First, we should control the temperature, because cold stress caused by hypothermia, apnea also caused by uh, hypothermia, bradycardia, and circulatory failure, cyanosis also causes due to hypothermia. So we have to maintain thermoneutral range of the newborn. For this, we have to use pre-warmed linen, pre-warmed cloth for cleaning, drying, and for covering. We have to cover the head properly, because head is the major source of heat loss. Then airway patency, cleaning of oral passage, nasal passage up to the trachea if required. If required means in the presence of meconium, we have to clean the respiratory passage up to the trachea. And sometimes we need positioning, head down position, like in the picture, head down, turn to one side, head should be turned one side, so the mucus or amniotic fluid collect one side, or we can clean the mucus easily, or we can prevent by this position newborn from the aspiration of amniotic fluid. Then suctioning and cleaning. Suctioning by the mucous sucker, or sometime we need a suction machine with a tube, suction tube, and sometime we need help of laryngoscope. If meconium is present, then we need help of laryngoscope for the suctioning or cleaning up to the trachea. Then breathing initiation. For breathing initiation, drying and rubbing on back or flicking, uh, like tactile stimulation, are sufficient in most of the cases. If there is baby is breathing spontaneously, but there is cyanosis, heart rate normal, baby is active, then we can use free flow of oxygen in concentration of 80 to 100% by distance from the nose, 80 to 100%. Then H condition improved by color of skin, pinkish color show the improvement of cardiac or respiratory or oxygen delivery. Then we can gradually reduce the oxygen from 80 to 60, 60 to 40, 40 to room air. Then evaluate respiratory, color, and heart. If giving the free flow of oxygen, despite of free flow of oxygen, the heart rate maintained. Respiratory uh, function are irregular or respiration is gasping, baby is not crying, or color is still cyanose, then we can use positive pressure ventilation. Positive pressure ventilation with the ambu and bag. If there is no sign of meconium, then we can use ambu bag with for positive pressure ventilation. For positive pressure ventilation, we have to put the newborn in specific position. This position called sniffing position. In this position, the neck should be extended, and we can put shoulder pad below the shoulder. So neck extended, and we use, we can say this is sniffing position. Sniffing position, we can use mask for ventilation. For mask, we have to choose proper size of mask. 0 number for preterm, 1 number for term. And mild asphyxia, ambu with room air, and moderate to severe asphyxia, use ambu with oxygen reservoir. Use correct size of mask, 0 and 1. Mask should be cushioned. Position supine or sniffing position, extended neck, using shoulder pad. We have to stand backside of the baby. So left hand for locking the chin, mouth, and nose with the mask, face mask, and right hand for squeezing the body of ambu bag. The rate should be 40 per minute, and duration 50 to 20 seconds first time. Then evaluate the baby for respiratory, spontaneous respiration, then color, pinkish color, improvement in color, and heart rate more than 100. Then we can shift baby to normal care. If not improving, then we start second ventilation for 30 seconds, and after 30 seconds again assess for RCH, and still not improving, then go for chest compression. But before chest compression, just we can discuss about the uh, condition of meconium. If there is meconium, then we don't use ambu bag. We have to intubate the patient with the laryngoscope and ET tube, and attach the ambu bag with ET tube. So you have to know about the indication and contraindication of ambu bag. Indication of ambu bag is if baby is apneic or gasping, heart rate less than 100 beats per minute, despite using initial steps of resuscitation like flicking, etc. Persistent central cyanosis, despite use of free flow of oxygen. These are the indication of bag and mask. Then what are the contraindication? Thick meconium, presence of thick meconium of the trachea, and diaphragmatic hernia. Diaphragmatic hernia are the classical contraindication of ambu bag. Now come for these all we have discussed. Correct ambu bag with bag and mask for mild to moderate asphyxia. Bag and ET tube we can use bag and ET tube in the presence of meconium. Indication of bag and mask we have discussed. In mild asphyxia, we can use ambu bag with room air, moderate and severe asphyxia, we can use ambu bag with oxygen reservoir or connecting with oxygen cylinder. Correct size of mask 0 or 1, etc., etc. Then step breathing initiation, intubation. Then it is the most important part of registration. Every neonatologist should know about it and should practice about intubation. What are the indication of intubation? In the indication of intubation, failure of bag and mask ventilation, prolonged when we need prolonged positive pressure ventilation in diaphragmatic hernia, and meconium stent baby if baby is non-vagus. When we should use chest compression with the positive pressure ventilation. Then selection of endotracheal tube. Selection of endotracheal tube according to weight of the newborn. If there is less than 1 kg, 2.5 mm, 1 to 2 kg, 3 mm, 2.1, 2 kg to 3 kg, 3.5 mm internal diameter, and more than 3 kg, 4 mm. In most of the newborn, we use 3.5 mm endotracheal tube. Then blade, blade 0 number and 1 number, straight blade. 0 number blade for preterm and 1 number blade for term. Then this is all the procedure. Attention on the procedure. Position same. Sniffing position with extended neck by using towel or shoulder pad below the shoulder. We have to stand head side of the baby so we can check the movement of chest without obstruction. We have to use our left hand to hold the laryngoscope and right hand to hold the ET tube. And slide blade over the tongue from right corner of the mouth till the tip of blade rest on border of pharynx and larynx. This is the border of pharynx and larynx. Look epiglottis and glottis at the tip of blade, epiglottis and glottis at the tip of blade. Then identify the vocal cords in the light of bulb of laryngoscope. Then insert ET tube from right corner of mouth until it reaches to vocal cords. Then trachea. When you satisfy your endotracheal tube reaches to trachea, and then confirm the position by auscultating the chest by squeezing the ambu bag. By squeezing ambu bag, you can confirm the position of ET tube, whether it is in trachea or whether it is in esophagus. If it is in trachea, you can hear or auscultate air sound in lungs, both the lungs symmetrically. Whether if it is in esophagus, you hear air sound in the stomach or gastric area. Then if you confident that your ET tube in the trachea, then fix it with the tape to the mouth or lips or jaw of the newborn, and attach ambu and oxygen with the ET tube and start positive pressure ventilation. Then evaluate again for RCH, respiration, color of skin, whether it's cyanosis or whether it's coming to pinkish. Then heart rate. 100, more than 100 or below the 100. If condition is improved, then go for normal care. If not improving, then start second ventilation for 30 seconds. Then again, no improvement, go for PPV, positive pressure ventilation with cardiac compression. We have to improve the cardiac function with the chest compression. Then circulation, maintain circulation. In the initial steps of respiration, T, A, B, C. C for circulation. Support circulation, we have to use cardiac compression. What are the indication? Indication, if the heart rate is less than 60 per minute or in spite of adequate positive pressure ventilation, then we have to use cardiac compression or cardiac massage with the positive pressure ventilation. Then method, two thumb method and two finger method. Two thumb method like this and two finger method like this. What are the site? Site for cardiac massage is lower 1/3 of sternum. What are the thumb or finger position? Perpendicular to sternum. Perpendicular to sternum. Then what pressure? We have to use 1/3 of anterior posterior diameter. We can press up to 1/3 of anterior posterior diameter of the chest. It approx 3/4 inches. Then what are the rate? 90 compression per minute according to heartbeat. 90 compression per minute. Then what is the ratio between compression and ventilation? There is 3:1. 3 for cardiac compression, 1 for ventilation. Then we can use 1, 2, 3. Breathe 1, 2, 3. With breathe, we squeeze the ambu bag, and 1, 2, 3, we give the cardiac compression. Then evaluate the effect of positive pressure ventilation and cardiac compression if improved in RCH, respiratory, color, and heart rate. Go for normal care, spontaneous respiration, color coming to pinkish color, and heart rate more than 100. Then we can go for normal care. If not improving, start second ventilation and cardiac compression for further 30 seconds. If again no improvement, then go for positive pressure ventilation with cardiac compression and injectable, use of injectable. In injectable, we have to use epinephrine or adrenaline. Epinephrine or adrenaline have to use in specific concentration. 1 to 10,000 dilution. Epinephrine supplied in 1 to 1,000 dilution. So to make 1 to 10,000 dilution, we have to dilute 9 times it with normal saline. Then what are the dose? 1.1 to 0.3 ml per kg per dose. Then what are the indication? Heart rate less than, if there is heart rate less than 60 or less than 40 or 0, we can use adrenaline to stimulate the cardiac function. Then concentration dose, we have discussed. Route, we can use IV route via umbilical vein, intratracheal route, or intracardiac route. Response is cardiac stimulant. What are the response? Cardiac stimulation, heart rate rises to 100 or more than 100 beats per minute within 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, if not improved, despite of use of epinephrine, positive pressure ventilation, and cardiac massage, it may consider in poor response. Then we can repeat same dose after 3 to 5 minutes for 3 times. For 3 times, maximum 3 times we can use adrenaline. Then if no response comes with the epinephrine, something more serious, we just recheck the history of mother. If there is opioid using opioids, then we have to use naloxone as per protocol. If there is poor response, then we have to assess shock or low blood perfusion or excess CRT, capillary refill time. Then we can use plasma expander. Plasma expander in the volume of 10 ml per kg IV over 5 to 10 minutes, and we should not repeat plasma expander. For plasma expander, we can use ringer lactate, O negative blood, or whole plasma. Then last one is indication of soda bicarb. Indication of soda bicarb with when spontaneous respiration established and chances of documented metabolic acidosis due to hypoxic condition or anoxic condition, then we have to use soda bicarb according to protocol. Then you have to remember, for soda bicarb, diluent is distilled water. For adrenaline, diluent is normal saline. Then most crucial part of resuscitation, when we can discontinue resuscitation. Asystole. If we receive newborn without heartbeat, without complete cyanosis, or without muscle tone, or without active heart, we asystole. It may consider in IUD or stillbirth. So we don't require resuscitation. No response after 10 minutes of extensive resuscitation. So we should stop. No response breathing, no spontaneous breathing starts in 30 minutes of extensive resuscitation. After 30 minutes, we can wait up to 30 minutes if there is heart improvement in heart rate, improvement in breathing. But if there is no spontaneous breathing with a low heart rate, so we can stop. Why should we should stop? Because if 10 minutes, 30 minutes, we wait for 10 minutes, 30 minutes in hypoxic condition or in anoxic condition, there should be chances of neurological damage. Neurological damage may cause cerebral palsy in later age. If by chance we survive that, though there should chance of cerebral palsy or permanent handicap. So we should stop after 10 minutes or 30 minutes as per protocol. Don't start resuscitation in if the gestational age less than 23 weeks, because in this age the organ completely not developed and brain completely not developed. Birth weight less than 400 gram, and if diagnosed or pre-diagnosed with trisomy 13 or 18, so these newborns should not be resuscitated for life. After post-resuscitation care, shift to NICU for monitoring of vitals, maintain blood sugar level and oxygen in normal range to prevent hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy in the newborn. Hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy may cause further brain damage and uh, cerebral palsy in the later age. So we have to maintain blood sugar and oxygen. This is the normal flow chart or protocol to stepwise resuscitation. I think now You are capable to resuscitate the baby. Thank you. Thank you.